Hello, welcome back to this channel. So this is part two because I did part one and then it got too long and I'm trying to keep my videos at less than 15 minutes. So New Year's resolution was getting a job, right? So now we are looking for a job and we have a job. Like you have a job and you're looking for another job, so how do you go about it? I have already talked on part one. The LinkedIn, I promised in part one that I was going to do a video about LinkedIn, but I'm not mentally there today. So I will do it probably sometime next week. And then yeah, then we will add it. But I keep saying that I'll probably do it tomorrow. Anyway, so, but I need to go through LinkedIn and see what parts I want to talk about and yeah, and what to say about them. Interview. So you've applied to agencies, to job ads, or a friend has recommended you, and you've gone for an interview. As I say, I remember in the last video I said that this world is so small, and depending on where you live, recruiters might know each other. I am very much again because most of the time, some questions, not everything is a trick question, but some questions really do show your attitude towards things, right? So, why you're looking for a job? Oh, and can you imagine if you're maybe working for company A, which is probably a bigger organization or a bigger company than company B, and you're coming for an interview at company B, they would want to know why you're leaving. Now, if I was to advise, I would say don't say anything negative. You have grown. You feel like you need a change. Um, I know many people think that it's a bad thing to change jobs, but one thing I have realized is that employers nowadays appreciate somebody who grows. Now, this is not to say that you've been working at A for 1 month, B for 2 months, C for 3 months, like that. No. If you've been working there for a while, like 3 years, 4 years, something like that, then it's easy to explain that. Okay, I mean, I feel like I've grown and I am looking for something. This is what I can add and stuff like that. Just avoid saying negative things about the company, no matter what your reason for leaving is. Why should you avoid this? You're avoiding this because, I mean, once you get the job, you can give them all the tea. Once you get the job, you will be sitting with them in the cafeteria. You can tell them, oh man, if you know how much I suffered in that place. But at that time, it's just bad PR, right? It's just bad PR. Give them the impression that you are applying for jobs. It's more about the growth than about leaving the organization. If, for example, if you say you're a receptionist and now you're looking for a secretarial position or an admin position or I don't know, something else, you would say, well, it's about growth. So I'm looking, and I'm looking also. Even if that company gives me a position, then I would look into it. Just give them the impression that, yeah, don't badmouth. Period. Second thing is, do not sound so eager to leave. Negotiate, especially if you're not in a hurry. If you're not leaving because there is an emergency for you to leave, like your contract is getting finished and stuff like that, or you desperately need to leave for the country or something like that. If it is not a matter of you have to leave, oh, by the way, let me give this disclaimer, which I really should have given, but I'll write it. I'm not a HR professional. This is just me from all the information that people have given me in the times that I was looking for a job when I was employed. So this is the information that I got and the things that I learned by myself, just from experience. and things that, I mean, I have been in a position where I've interviewed a few people for positions, and well, not as a HR person, but I was sitting in an interviewing panel, and some of the things that I'm saying here are things that I noticed, which to me were red flags, and they made us not take the person because of that attitude. Okay, so don't be too eager to leave. Yeah, so just be yourself, and just so when are you available? Listen, I'm available with 1 month's notice because my contract says that I have to give 1 month notice. Yeah, but we need somebody who can start immediately. If these people really want you, they're able to make things work, right? And you can also tell them that, okay, listen, I would be willing to check with my boss, if with my current boss, if they can accommodate me leaving earlier. I have a few leave days that I can probably take, but remember on the last video we talked about leave days. But just make it look like you would really be doing them a favor by coming early. But don't make it like, oh yeah, no, it's okay, I can just leave. No, even if that's the case, no. Why? Because it just shows, it removes your negotiating power. If you already have a job, and this is part of the reason why people say that the best time to look for a job is when you have a job, because if you already have a job, you know that at the end of the month your rent is paid, hopefully. You know that at the end of the month you have food, you know that you're fine. So you can actually demand the respect. It's the same way when you're dating. And that's when all the men are interested in you, partly because you have more self-confidence, so even the way you walk is different. But then when you're single, nobody wants you because you're so desperate. The desperation just just comes out of you. It's the same thing with the work, with employment. Just don't give the HR people, the interviewers, the impression that you are so desperate that will remove your negotiating power. Make sure that everything that is making you leave your current job is not in the next job. Don't, sometimes it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. If you are not happy with the pay and the work conditions and the location of your current job, and then you find another job and you're not happy with the pay and the location, but you're okay with the working conditions, don't take it, because you are selling yourself short. You can't say that, okay, I had a problem with 3 things, one has gotten sorted out, I can live with the other 2. Because after a while, you will realize that chances are the one that got sorted, it's even better for you to move to a place where now you have a different set of problems, because then at least you're advancing. But if you have the same things, don't sell yourself short. I think, especially for women, sometimes we feel like we are being done for a favor. And, but if you're not serious, and this again applies to people who you have a job. Now, people who don't have a job, it might be a bit different. I probably need to do a whole other video, but these videos, the ones that I'm doing now, it's mostly for people who already have a job. New Year's resolution was get another job. So, it's just, you need to have that confidence in you. You need to first believe in yourself, trust your instincts, trust your authority. I mean, just be confident and walk out there and get this job. Okay, so to recap, you need to not show desperate. Actually, that's the only thing. If you don't remember anything else from this video, just remember that. Do not show desperation. Do not show desperation. Do not badmouth your current employer. Just be confident, negotiate your salary and your conditions very well. I have had one time I had a job and somebody else got employed, I think like a month after me. And I was so mad at how well she negotiated because I didn't even know that I could do that. And I was so mad because I felt like, why is she getting more than I deserve? And I think I was working way better than her. But she knew how to negotiate and she did it. And she got such a good deal, I'm telling you. Eventually I had to leave because I was just too jealous. I must admit, I was so jealous that even my work quality, I was just so annoyed. And when I went to try and talk to the boss about it, he told me, no, but these are the conditions that we hired you under. We asked you if you're okay with everything, you said yes, so we probably have to wait a year, and then if we decide to keep you, then we can keep you. But I felt so bad because, to me, I felt like I didn't but I was mad at myself. And the good thing is I'm now very good friends with that boss. Yeah, I'm not very good friends, but yeah, we are friends. Or rather, his wife is my friend, and yeah, so I talk to him. and we and he told me that for him, they were seriously willing to negotiate. They were seriously willing to go higher on what they gave me, but when I asked for less, they kind of doubted my qualifications. They doubted my skills because they were like, okay, let's wait and see. Because if she thinks she is, when they were looking at my CV, they were ready for to give me more. But then when I went and they gave me their lowest offer and I accepted it, they did not even accept. They thought that I was going to ask for way higher than that. And when I accepted it, they were so shocked that they decided, okay, let's not do anything because if she thinks she's this low value, she probably is. And I was not. But that's the impression I gave them, and that's the impression they stayed with. All right, so people, we are getting this, and you need to just have confidence in yourself. You have nothing to lose. You have a job. Think about it like that. Go there, have a conversation. Sometimes just apply for jobs just to check the market. You might be being underpaid, and then you can go and tell your boss, okay, listen, I went to Nestle, they offered me a job, and this is how much they're offering to pay me. It can help you with negotiating a pay rise where you are. Well, it can also backfire on your face, but you never know. If you don't try, you don't get anything. All right, people, remember to subscribe, and we'll talk about LinkedIn.